Good morning. Herman Melville, the author of Moby Dick, once wrote, "The reason the mass of men fear God and at bottom dislike him is because they rather distrust his heart and fancy him all brain, like a watch." Part of the reason, in fact, most of the reason you're disappointed with God is because you don't think God has your best interests at heart. So you distrust his heart. I want you to hear Jeremiah 17, verses 7 and 8, that are the contrasting option to trusting man. "Blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord," reads verse 7, "whose trust is the Lord," where the Lord is actually the object of his trust. "He's like a tree planted by water that sends out its roots by the stream and does not fear when heat comes, for its leaves remain green and is not anxious in the year of drought, for it does not cease to bear fruit." Notice the direct contrast with the barrenness of the salt land and the fruitlessness of the shrub. Instead, in contrast to trusting man, trusting in the Lord is a context wherein fruit can come. He's like a tree planted by water. This immediately takes my mind to Psalm 1. "Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the wicked, nor stands in the way of sinners, nor sits in the seat of scoffers, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law does he meditate day and night." He's like a tree planted by streams of water, same metaphor, that yields its fruit in its season, and his leaf does not wither, and all that he does prospers. The wicked are at contrast with that. They're not so, the text says, but are like chaff that the wind drives away. Therefore the wicked will not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knows the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked will perish. If you will lean in instead of out in disappointment, and you'll trust the Lord that his heart is good and he has a plan in this difficulty, and not yield to the following emotions, the following thoughts, the following imputation of motives that come from disappointment, right? That next step after being disappointed, when you ruminate on disappointment, is where you get trapped. If you can turn that and lean in, then you're going to find that that trust and that leaning into what God is doing is going to bring a fruitfulness to you when the Lord is your trust. Don't trust in chariots. Don't trust in men. Trust in the Lord your God. He's the only sovereign one that can make any sense of your situation. Trust in him today.